Hey guys, welcome to quarter 2, week 3 of your weekly practice. We are going to be looking at creating improper fractions into mixed numbers, and we're also going to be looking at writing coordinates from a graph as our x and y coordinate pairs. So let's go ahead and get started, and if you have any questions, remember there's always our Google Meet. And remember, this is due on Friday. You only have to do it on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, and then you can turn it in on Friday. You can also turn it in early and turn it in on Thursdays. Okay, let's get started. So for this week, I'm actually going to do Mondays for you to help you get started, to make sure you understand what to do for each of them. So let's get started. Okay, let's take a look at changing these improper fractions into proper fractions. So the first thing we need to know is, why are these improper? Well, when your numerator, which is your number on top, this is the numerator, the 15, is greater than the denominator, which is the number on the bottom. I always remember the denominator is the one on the bottom because down starts with D, or that's what I did as a child. I always came up with silly things to remember. So we have our numerator is 15, our denominator is 2. So this is an improper because 15 is greater than 2, which means it could be changed into a mixed number. I thought I changed this to mixed number. I think I did on another slide. Or proper fraction, but the appropriate term is a mixed number. So when we were doing this, remember I've said this before, that every fraction is a division problem. So really, if I reread this, I'm reading it as 15 divided by 2. And that's exactly what you're going to do to solve these. So you're going to think, how many times can 2 go into 15? Well, 2 times 7 is 14. So we'd have 1 left over. So 2 can go into 15 7 whole times. So your 7 right here is going to be the whole amount. And you have 1 left over, so you're 1 out of the 2 that you need. So 15 and a halves changed to 7 and a half for the mixed number. So let's look at the next one. We have 29 fifths. So we're looking at how many 5s are in 29. Well, if we think about that, there are 5 5s, because 5 times 5 is 25. And if I would have 4 left over, so I have 4 out of the 5 I need. So this one would be 5 and 4 fifths, but you would change the question marks in the boxes. Okay, let's move on. Okay, so now let's look at coordinate pairs. So a coordinate pair is the placement. It's like coordinates for where you live for your house. You can look those up, and it gives you a specific latitude and longitude on a graph. So these are called coordinate pairs on a graph like this, and this is a 4-quadrant because you have all 4 sections of the graph. So that means it's going to have negatives and positives. So here's a hint that we need to write it x, y. The way you remember this is x comes before y in the alphabet. You got to walk before you can jump. There's so many different things you can do to remember this. So remember, your x-axis is the horizontal, your y-axis is the vertical. And Miss Wallace, I know, has gone over this in her math class with you. Or if you have another teacher, Miss Dooley or Miss Martin. Okay, so if we're looking at A, here's A right there. I would look at my x first. So I'm looking at the x. Where is it at on the x? It's at the 2. Okay, so we're going to put a parentheses, 2, and you can type right in this box. And then I'm going to go over here to my y, and I can see that it's like halfway between the 4 and the 6. Well, 5 is halfway between the 4 and the 6. So this one should be 2, 5. Okay, so for B, we're going to do the same thing. B is down here, though, this time. So this time, if I'm looking at my x, I can see that B is in between 0 and -2. So the number in between there is -1. And then I also went down, and I can see it's at -6. So you have -1 and -6. Then we're going to look at C. C is right here. So we're going to go on our red, the x first. It's in between -4 and -6, so that tells me it's -5. And then we can look, and it went up 2 on the graph. So that is how you write coordinate pairs. If you have any questions, let me know. Have a great week, and don't forget to turn this in. Bye.